yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. No pain for there to see. Rage is like a wind, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. With gods in the weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make great.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Astrology for Mystics with Jen. Hope you guys are doing great today on this Friday. TGIF. Hey, Orb. How are you doing? How are you doing, girl? Yeah. If you're still in the chat, guys, send Orb Attraction some healing, love. She has been going through it today. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Comfort of Connection with Shauna. Good to see you, darling. Yes, thank you, guys. It's a brilliant channel. Absolutely brilliant. Hey, Kimberly. Good to see you guys. Cinderella. My tribe is in the house. Hey, Jeff. Good to see you. Kimberly. I love seeing you guys in here. Hello, Sassy. Yeah, get caught up, girl. It's a lot. It's a lot. My goodness gracious. It's a lot going on. It's just a lot. And, when I was reading it and I kept saying there was going to be so much going on, yeah, information just throwing up on itself, basically. Hey, Jill. Good to see you, babe. Hello, Christy. Hello. Good to see you guys. And for those coming in and that's going to watch this after it's live, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, share it, let people know that I'm live. Oh yeah, the August dates, I mean all of them, really all of them have come to fruition, because the ones before that was actually public, that was a lot of things, will happen behind the scenes that we don't hear anything about, and then later on we will hear about, um but they have, and I like to show everybody when they do, but sometimes, like I said, it's just they're not public, and they eventually will be public, I would think. She said trying. We were watching something between 10 and 1 for Orb today, and she ended up going to the ER, and then she'll go to the doctor again. We saw the physician on Monday. And our girl, I mean, I hate to, I don't ever like to. That's the only thing about reading sometimes, is that, sometimes the energy isn't pleasant. And this energy with Sebastian was not pleasant. And I kept reiterating, reiterating. This is not easy for Sebastian Rogers and those that are associated with us, with Sebastian. And so, because these channels, these people are associated, we are invested. This channel, you guys in the chat, we are invested in Sebastian Rogers. And so this also is showing up with him. We're all interconnected. And I think that is what a lot of people don't keep in the back of their mind, is that we are all interconnected. And I'm not trying to be, hoodoo, woo stuff. I mean, that's the reality. We are connected. And Sebastian is in transit. And when I say in transit, what does that mean? In transit means that as the wheel of astrology, the astrology wheel, as it goes through the different clicks, the tick tock, it goes through different degrees, different signs. And as it's transiting, as the planets, this is a transit. As you see the background, these stars, these planets, all of this is in transit. It's in motion. The one thing that stays constant is change. We are always changing. And that is what the transits are doing today. Is right now, California, there's a connection that Sebastian Rogers and Michael Proudfoot have with California. I'll bet in different ways, but they both connect. No matter what time Michael Proudfoot is born, he connects to California. No matter what time he's born, he connects to California. So I want to show you guys this. There is a fate. There is a fate for the future. Now that the lunar nodes are in, the south node is in um Leo, and the North Node is in Aquarius. There's a fate for the future. There is a fate for the networking. There's a fate with all things having to do with Aquarius, our electrical grid. And have you noticed everybody is saying that it's almost like they're forewarning us. They're letting us know that there could be a false flag coming up with the electrical grid. And of course, your girl is already looking at that. But Sebastian Rogers is in transit, and this connection that he has is with California. So it's where he's been. It's where he's been. and where he's going. Well, even on his 18th birthday, see this energy with Sebastian and Michael Proudfoot, it comes back around. It's going to come back around for Michael Proudfoot when the moment that Sebastian Rogers has his solar return, his 18th birthday. Why is that? Why would Michael Proudfoot be so connected to California? If I could talk to Michael Proudfoot, I would ask him, why are you so connected to California? What's going on? Have you and Sebastian ever been to California together? We know that Sebastian used to live in California. Michael Proudfoot has not lived in California, but he is or was a truck driver. I mean, it makes you wonder. When I'm reading you guys, I can talk to you. I can get you up on panel and I can go, okay, are you connected to this state? Are you connected to this state? Why is your moon connected? Why is this connected to this state? But I can't ask Michael Proudfoot. I mean, I guess I could. I ain't too far from him. Okay, let me ask you guys something. Let me ask you guys something. Would you want this channel to show stuff like what just happened with all the trigger warning content with, say, truth, with all the cuss words and all the craziness? Would y'all want me to show that on this channel? Put a 1 in the chat for yes and put a 2 for no. Put a 1 in the chat for yes and a 2 for no, or say no. Yeah. Michael is the father of Christopher Proudfoot. Michael is the father of Christopher Proudfoot. So we have 2 no's, we got 3 no's, we got 1 yes. Okay. No. All right. Well, y'all let me know because, I don't want to hold back. Of course, I've screen recorded all of that stuff. I don't want to hold back if y'all want it, but this channel I've always prided myself of being a different type of person, of being a different type of channel, and there's all kinds of other channels that you can go to, that you can see all of that. And I know it brings in a lot of views, brings in a lot of, um, things that would help it would help my channel maybe, but in the long run, I don't think it would. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right, Jen. No, no. Jeff says no. Please don't. Okay. All right. I don't care. I'm used to it, even though I don't like it. Okay, Sassy. Let it fly if you want to share it. Okay. Jill says, I've seen enough. Seen enough and heard enough. Okay. Well, then I'm going to leave that since, I'm going to leave that to the other channels then because I didn't, I don't want to compromise what I'm doing here. But you guys do matter to me. So, and your opinion matters. So, let's move on from that. But the map that I created for Sebastian, I've got 2. I've got one that he is leaving from the Texas Roadhouse, and then I've got one that I always look at, and that's the one from his home. Now, let me ask you guys this. I was not able to replay or do anything. I always have a hard time. The one channel that I really try to watch, even do a replay or a little skip to Malou, is Lady Freedom. Honestly, that's really the only one that I really have time for because I'm always creating my own content. I'm always looking at transits and stuff like that and looking at my cases and things of that nature because, I've got hundreds of maps of missing kids, missing people. So I'm always working that avenue. But when I can take a break or late at night, I'm coming in and telling Lady Freedom, hey, and I love you, bye. So I wasn't able to watch Mob Crew last night. I wasn't able to watch the proof that he has that Sebastian didn't make it home. So if anybody that watched that last night, if you can tell me what the proof was that he didn't make it home. Was there proof? Did he show proof that Sebastian didn't make it home? And if he did show proof, what was that proof? Because I saw the thumbnail with the trash. So I'd like to know. I haven't had time. If anybody knows, if anybody watched it last night, you come over here to rest. That's cool. I like that. I like that. I like it a lot. Okay, you're always too busy modding to pay attention. Okay. Oh, Lee. Oh, baby. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. And that sorry's not even, you feel safe here? Okay. We love you, Lee Bugs. You didn't see it either. Okay. All right. So, um, I guess I'll have to get to texting some people and asking them if there was ever anything that was showed 6 minutes of tape for a 15-minute ride home. 6 minutes of tape. Okay. All right. So let me show you something. Um, this is let me show you something because me and Lady Freedom, Jeff, we did the little GPS. We left the Texas Roadhouse. Um, we left the Texas Roadhouse and we went to the neighborhood to time it. And we left the neighborhood and went to there to time it. But watch this, okay? Um, Texas Roadhouse, this is something we can all do. Texas Roadhouse, Hendersonville, Tennessee to Stafford Court, Hendersonville. Because this is what I did before I drove it or before we drove it. So right now, okay, right now it is rush hour. So right now it's going to take a little bit longer. It's only 12 miles. It's going to take us a little bit longer.
Starting route to
Oh, hold
Stafford
on.
Court.
Oh, no, 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 no. That's not. No, it's still going to take. Yeah, I think it took us like 12 minutes. And then she said another 15. But that's, I mean, I've talked to him blue in the face about that. The there was a low point for Sebastian when he allegedly was taking out the trash. So when he was allegedly taking out the trash, there was a low point for Sebastian with his mother, and it's foggy. You can't really see it. So, not only that, there was a lot of things that was going on after he got home that the state of Tennessee is not seeing. So, I've always wondered if he really made it home. But like I said, I've got two maps. So one map is going to be a little bit different than the next one. Not a whole lot, but it will be. But we can see a lot from Sebastian's home going to other places. There is definitely going to be this is what I think, okay? This is what I think. I think that the Secret Service has been on this case. And I'm hoping that one day the Secret Service is going to realize, they're all going to realize that there is other people that could, that's connected to Chris and Katie that could put him on medication. That is going to be, I think that that is, follow the money. Jeff has always said, follow the money. And I totally agree with that. Follow the money. And also make sure that the physicians, what if, okay, because I didn't work, I'm sorry. My friend worked for a physician years ago, and that physician was writing scripts under the table. He eventually got old, and a bunch of people talked about him, and he lost his license, his pharmacy license. I'm sure he got, in trouble and everything. But that happens all the time. It happens all the time. And people hide money all the time through attorneys, through organizations, through nonprofits. So I hope that they are doing their due diligence. I really do. I hope that they are doing their due diligence. Okay, Jeff. uh, Jeff just texted me he's on the way home. But let me show you the map real quick. And then I want to show you the transits right now. Let me show you his map first. I think I've got it on Layla right now because we got some things going on with the Layla Sentinello case. We always do. Always some things going on with her case too. Let's see. And of course, I said that there were going to be things going on with Layla's case too. And of course there was in the same day. And I saw it in the transits on the same day. So let me show you truth. Let me show you where I have an old address or a new address. I'm not going to dox him. You're not going to see his address. But I want you guys that don't understand how these lines work is their behavior. I'm looking at behavior. For those that are intellectual, they get it. You can get it. For those that are intellectual that continuously watch me, you're going to get it. It's really not difficult here. So, the reason why I'm saying it's not difficult is because I am the astrologer and I'm the one that is creating these geometric angles at the time somebody goes missing. I'm creating geometric angles for the birth energy on the Earth's terrain. Okay. And what we're doing is we're just telling a story. We're telling a story of when that person goes missing, when that person is found. This is past, present, and future. Past, present, and future. Now, I found Stephen Kelso's birthday. Truth. I found his birthday. And I'm going to show that to you today. I'm going to show you his connection with the TBI because he's highly connected to the TBI with a relationship. And it makes sense now because every time I be seeing this relationship with the TBI, now I've got to remember. Now I've got to remember, it connects to elevated truth. It connects to him too. Interesting. Interesting. So what this blue line is, the light blue line that you see on the marker for truth and where he used to live or where he lives. Okay. I've got that he has an address or a past address in Nashville. Okay. Let me read to you the line, and this goes right over his home. This light blue line goes right over his home. And go ahead and guess whose light blue line that is. Just take a guess. Take a guess. It's not Sebastian and it's not Seth. Take a guess who the light blue line is that's going over his home. Take a guess, guys. It's a little guess time. Who do you think? Who do you think it is? It's the light blue. No, truth is not. The marker is truth. Bingo. Yes. It is KP. Now let me show you what it says, because I ain't making it up. I mean, these lines have been here. What's that say? Can y'all read it? It says desires to hide. Death, rebirth, regeneration is active on this line with Katie. Hidden sex, investigations, trash. This is Pluto and Scorpio that is conjunct her Cupid. This, guys, is her connection to Kentucky when it comes to playing the casino or the trash in Kentucky. It's also about hidden sex. And we know that he said that she wanted to, you know what, him. She wanted him. It's telling the story. I can't make this up. This line, this conjunction has been here. It's been here. This has been here. I mean, her Cupid is 1718 in Scorpio, guys. That's the same one that we always talk about that goes to Kentucky. I believe it goes to Maryland too. I believe it goes to Maryland too. We just talked about that one the other day. Yeah. Yeah. Let me go down a little bit closer. So this is Katie. This is Tennessee. So we're going to just look at this energy right through here with truth, okay? We're just only going to focus on truth. Because it's telling a story here. What's taken place in the past with health is found on this angle for the state of Tennessee. This is where Sebastian learns of what is hidden that may harm his health. This has to do with the 6th house and the 12th house. This is the 6th. I'm sorry, this is the 12th. This is things of the past. This is his 12th house where he receives information. There's a lead here. There's a lead here. There is information that comes in, information that goes out about Sebastian over Truth's home. This is right by his home. The TBI receives information that brings them wisdom when he went missing. There is a divine justice here with what's hidden sex, possible landfill, containment, pond, dirty water, sewage, work, business, father. This is the natal 9th house. Well, that's the Leo mark that is squaring up with Poseidon and the 12th house of Scorpio. So, this one right here, let's talk about that one. Let's talk about this one because on August 6th, okay, August 6th, Jupiter came here. What happened on August 6th? We didn't know in May what was going to be happening, but we know now. We know now it's all about Texana. Texana and Chris sitting in the tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. I mean, they are just like, they love litigation. Absolutely love it. And when we saw the teacher on July 28th, we was like, is that girl about to come back out? Is she about to come back out? And damn if she didn't. And it just, it makes my blood boil. That she is so just, and Chris, little snake. That 9th house with Leo, Jupiter was expanding it. It was bringing a lot of order into chaos. But there was a hope. There is a glimmer of hope still. So all of this, okay, all of this is to say, as far as truth goes, as far as elevated truth goes, dude, this has been boiling over for a year. And it was just a moment of, it was just a matter of time before all of this threw up on itself. Because Chris is trying to fix manage control way too much. And when you try to fix manage control way too much, you get a bit. You get burned. And that's exactly what is going to be happening, in my opinion, with him and Texana. This is not good. And it's not a good look. It's really not a good look at all to be calling this one, calling that one, trying to get this one, trying to do that, trying to get this one. It's not a good look with the investigators, but it could definitely work out. I'm getting justice for Sebastian. Yeah, yeah. South Bend, Indiana. I've got tons of schools on the map. And Indiana, I do have, I mean, I've got them all over I've got them all over the United States. I think that, I think that there's proof. I do too. I do too. Um, so what I want to do now is I wanted to show you guys that because that's what I'm saying when it comes to the maps, because the maps aren't going to lie. People will lie, but the maps aren't. And of course, you do have to rely on me. The map is reliant on my notes. So when I create a line and I create an angle or a conjunction or what have you, I'm writing in the notes that I'm thinking that is. And it's always not necessarily spot on, but it's telling a good story. I'm only getting better. I mean, I've been doing this for years now, so I'm only going to get better. I'm only going to get better. Yes, she does. She does. And there is also past addresses for Chris and Terry Bowersox in Indiana as well. Oh yeah. I've got things. I've got all kinds of stuff. Like that's the thing with creators is that I have asked creators that I've asked them to work the map with me. But there's a lot of ego I'm finding on the YouTube streets. Lots of ego. Don't want to work with others. Only want to work by myself type of thing. Whatever. With a 6 minute time frame. 6 minute for what? I don't understand what the 6 minute time frame is, Michelle. What do you mean? At 21 minutes, Mob Crew is playing Sweetie Pilo. Oh, I think you're trying to give me a clue to say go and look at that. Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am. What you said. Mob Crew. Hold on. Let me pull him up. Mob Crew. Live. And it's, let me see. Oh, where are we at? Where are we at? It's 6 minutes. So 6 minutes in? No, at 21 minutes. At 21 minutes. Okay, let me look. Let me look. Hold on. At 21 minutes. And he does, what are we looking at? Let's see what we're looking at here.
If you Google it now, it says it's a 15-minute drive back home from Texas Roadhouse back to their.
Well, and look, guys, hold on. Hold on. Well, it's going to depend. Look, traffic here, I'm born and raised here. Traffic here is going to depend on what time you leave. Okay, so a Sunday evening, it's not busy. Okay, there's no rush hour traffic. So it's going to matter when you GPS it, how many minutes. The day that we did it, it was a Saturday afternoon, a late Saturday afternoon, I believe, when me, Lady Freedom, and Jeff were there. And we timed it and it was 12 minutes. Okay, so anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes, I would say, you know. But what is it? What is the 6 minute time frame? Let's see what he says. Right after this, he says 6 minutes. What is the 6 minutes about? I guess I need to hear it, huh? Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. let me put, let me see what this is. Okay.
Stafford home. At the time when I took a photo or a screenshot, it was 60 minutes. I guess it depends, with the traffic if there's an accident. But
Yeah.
anyway, 15 to 16 minutes. There are a couple of different ways you can go. You can take this way, and then there's another one that's basically, I think, the same amount of time. And that's where you kind of go through an intersection with BP, which there was an alleged sighting of two SUVs, one allegedly being Katie's. But what's interesting is from Texas Roadhouse to that BP, well, it is 6 minutes. And there was a rumor, and again, it's a big rumor, so huge grain of salt. But there was a rumor that there was only allegedly 6 minutes of audio inside the vehicle of Sebastian. So take that for what it is.
So 6 minutes, there was only audio, and that's a rumor. So we can't really like, it's a rumor. So we can't really base anything off of that. Where was the proof, guys? Do y'all have like a timestamp of the proof that he didn't make it home? Let me know if you guys have the timestamp of the proof of when he didn't make it home. Let me show you the Texas Roadhouse. Let's see. On the map. One more time. Texas Roadhouse. Here we go. Okay, so the Texas Roadhouse is here. Okay, so the Texas Roadhouse is here. So what me and Trisha did, let me make sure that you guys can see this. Okay, good. The line turns yellow. Huh? Right after this is when it says 6 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I saw him. It says 6 minutes to that. Yeah. So we left here and we drove right here, took a left on stop 30 because this is the fastest way. This is the fastest way. And we go to stop 30 and we stop right here. And then we come right here. This is where we come to. And Jeff, Lady Freedom, and I, we walked around here for about 30 minutes. We were not prepared to search. But we do want to search here. We do want to. Because if something nefarious happened and Sebastian didn't make it home, well, I mean, we want to check, we want to check that. So we go to the stop 30. We take a right and we go up that way. We notice that there were cameras. Didn't we notice that, Jeff, that there was cameras there? If I remember correctly, there were cameras. And so there's the BP right there. There's the BP right to the left. Little man is looking right there. So here's the BP and here's the car wash. Right here. Here's the BP and here's the car wash. Natal MC conjunct Ceres in Virgo. Ceres in Virgo. Now, what's interesting about this Ceres in Virgo It's a 931. It's a 931, and it was being opposed after Sebastian went missing. After he went missing, there was an opposition to this midheaven, to this line. The missing 911 call rises with Pisces and falls with Virgo. This is where the missing event during the 911 call descends with relationships right here. But you can see that there's, I don't have the FBI, I don't have the Secret Service, well, the Secret Service is over here. But anyway, we go up to New Shackle. We drove New Shackle, and once again, we told ourselves that if Sebastian was anywhere between home, Texas Roadhouse, and home, if it wasn't at a residence, then that would have been a great place. Great place. If she did anything nefarious. The way that they act like that they know where Sebastian's at. And you know, he kept saying that. Oh, well, we've definitely, oh honey, that's been one of my hot spots for a long time. The Stop 30. And I told Trisha about it. So when she came the last time, yeah, when she came the last time, we went to Texas Roadhouse. We went to Stop 30. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's been one of our main places. And then of course the other was also here. So that area is a big hot spot for us. If we're looking for him outside of that neighborhood, okay? So that right there. And then Jeff and I and Jill came in town, and we went right here. Because I mean, I've been boots on the ground since the boy's been missing. Um, so we parked right here at the fire station. This is where they were all meeting up at the command center, I believe. So we parked here, asked the guys, do you mind? They said no. So we parked right here, like literally right here, and we walked back here, and we went through the creek. So I showed a bunch of videos of us walking it. We had other people come and walked it with us another time, but this time it was just me, Jill, and Jeff. This is where I showed you guys the culverts, and one of them was flowing really good, and the other one was not. I don't know if you guys remember, but yeah. So this is where we were. This energy with Seth connects to the TBI. This was the command center. There was a lot of emotion that was going on about things that are hidden, shaking people up. Do you see how this is really telling a good story? And this is from his home. And so that is the reason why I'm starting to wonder if he did make it home, because it's just telling such a beautiful story. So, isn't the storage garages behind BP? I don't think so. Are you thinking about Worshams? Are you thinking about the storage sheds beside Worshams? Cinderella? He kept saying that over and over last night. Harley is the mom of a dog named Harley. Oh, I used to have a dog named Harley. I used to have a sweet dog named. All right, let me show you the transits right now. I'm going to have to share my entire screen with you guys. And I want you to see. bring up my pen here. This 2950. Okay, so when I talked about this earlier before, I'm gonna mention something. Okay, first of all, hold on. Let me tell you something. One of my last lives I did about y'all could go back and listen to it if you wanted to. I say it was like an hour and a half live, and I'm talking about Nancy Guthrie, and I'm talking about is this human remains her? But I started talking about Virginia Giuffre and the Epstein files, the Department of Justice, because Nancy Guthrie's case, I think, has to do with that. It has to do with our military. I think it has to do with some intelligence, security, Epstein, and the Department of Justice, and Virginia Giuffre, and the interview with her. Okay, so I'm talking about that, and I say that on the 19th, Jupiter is going to expand her ascendant, and Trump is going to expand. It's going to expand on Trump's ascendant. So now that has let off of them, and we are seeing a lot of fate, a lot of things going on with California now. Okay, we could Google it, and you can see the news, what's happening in California right now. Hell, I even said that it could even be an earthquake today, for all I know. It could be an earthquake. Oh shit. Louisiana? Oh shoot. What? Louisiana just had one. Like just had one 18 minutes ago. 3.4. Let me see if that was, because y'all know I'll be watching this stuff. Okay, so August 21st at approximately 3 p.m. Is that 3 p.m.? 3 p.m. local time? It's 4 p.m. Okay, in the Eastern time zone, 2 p.m. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I mean it's still possible, guys. I mean, there's a 3.3 in I guess that's Coso Junction, California, but look at this. This 2950 is Sebastian's connection to California. This 2950. The degrees in our chart literally matter in the state of matter. And D. That's the south node. This is where we've been before, here in the 8th house. And then the north node is also going to be the same degree, and that's a 2950. Well, there is a lot of transformation with Pluto at a 342, and that also goes to California. Let me show you guys. There's a lot. This is a time period where we're about to see a lot of stuff go down, and I'm talking about serious. It could be serious. Watch this. Let me bring up California, and then I'm going to bring up Michael Proudfoot and Sebastian, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys. Sebastian. Where's he at? Sebastian transits. Watch this. Okay, so Sebastian has a 2950 in his chart. Degrees in our chart literally matter in the state of matter. This is what I teach on this channel. You're not going to find, not going to find other astrology like this. Let me show you. Hold on. Oh, let me go back here. Okay. Hey, Janet. Okay. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking, guys. The 2950. This 2950, south node in the 8th house. We got the north node in the 2nd house. This is about values, values, future groups. And there is a major transformation with Pluto that's taking place. Okay. And that's a 24-hour transit. The lunar nodes have been sitting here for, I don't know, since 11 o'clock this morning. I mean, they've just been stuck like Chuck right here. And this is what I noticed. The 2950 is the flame of life, the flame of life in the fifth house of teachers, education, schools, a lot of warring with school. There is always a reigniting of a flame. There is always something happening with school. And let me tell you what I think it is. I think that Sebastian, and I'm just going to put it out there. I mean, I hope that this is not the way that it was at his home with Chris Proudfoot or his mother Katie. I would like to think that she was more nurturing, but I'm not. I don't know them. Okay? I don't know Chris. I just know what I think about them as far as I can see. And they don't advocate for Sebastian. They don't publicly advocate for Sebastian. They'd rather go on YouTube channels talking about drama than to talk about Sebastian to bring awareness to his case. But Sebastian, this 2950 is there is just because the nodes, the south node is basically here. So the south node that is connecting is here. And this is where we've been with the courts, with military. We've been here before with courts and military. Okay? This north node, though, we've been here with communications. We've been here with sister. We've been here with community and things of that nature. So here we go. Hold on. Let me see what else is going on here. Hold on. The 2720, the 2706. Now we're coming in here. So now the dark moon is sitting here in the second house of values, the values and the evidence from the law enforcement, from the authority, the bones of the earth. This could be a business, Texas Roadhouse. This could be BJ's. This could be anywhere, that he went that day. Let me see what else is happening here. Venus is actually coming to that position, and I'd like to see it. I'd like to see that Venus when it comes to his position. I need to make a mental note to keep an eye on that. Because let me tell you something. I'm watching everybody's positions. And when I tell you, hey, if Orb is in the yeah, she's in the chat, she'll tell you. Or when I say that there's a physician, it's a literal physician, isn't it? You've seen it. Anybody in the chat, if I have ever said that there's a possibility with a physician on a certain day, you may have an appointment with the physician on that day. I mean, Apollo is a literal physician. When people was like, I don't understand. I mean, you understand what physician is? I think people just make this too complicated. It's just not as complicated as people make it. All I'm talking about is behavior. This is just behavior. And I'll tell you something, they only don't want anybody understanding this because they don't want anybody to have any type of power. Okay. We've been here before. We've been here before with astrology, and it's making a big ass comeback. So don't you worry. And just like the teacher is a teacher. Exactly. Exactly, Michelle. Exactly. The teacher is the teacher. She's a teacher. What are you doing? I didn't say a bad word. What'd I say? Well, I didn't ask you to repeat it. I'm sorry if I said a bad word, Lily. Well, I think you should go inside because it's hot out here. I can't give you milk right now. You're going to have to ask Papa. I'm on live right now. I'm literally on YouTube live. You want to say hi? You want to say hi real quick? Okay. No, I can't bring my computer, honey. Where's your mom?
He's laying down on the bed with the little brother.
Where's Papa?
I don't know, I'll play over him. Like that.
She done lost her a tooth. Okay. All right, I will in just a minute, Lily. Give me just 1 minute. I said I will in just a minute, Lily. Give me 1 minute. Let's see. The 648 is coming into Sebastian. You know what? I've got an opposition here. I've got an opposition right now. There is an opposing force with the 11th house. Kids, 2950. What is happening right now? Somebody's talking about me, I think. I think somebody's talking about me. Let me bring it back to you guys. I'm sorry. I thought I had I keep forgetting that I'm not showing the chart. I've got an opposition and I'm just wondering who is opposing me right now. Who would it be? Who would it be? Who would it be? Who is opposing me? This is the teacher. The teacher. Huh. There's an opposition with me. I guess I need to pull up Texana. Interesting. Okay, now I can see that Hades has now come into this 1614, and the 1614 is right here with Sebastian Rogers. This 1614 was in transit when he went missing, and we have a heavy weight with relationships and partnerships at home. Yeah, the teacher. I'm here, everyone. Hey, Jen. I'm the one who posted on Sebastian's page about you saying August things will come out. Well, me trying to find your YouTube channel. Oh, honey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And there is, we all do astrology differently. We all do, we all have our own little thing that we can bring to the table. I just so happen to be able to understand degrees because I deal a lot with degrees when I'm mapping. And so what I found is that degrees in our chart literally matter in the state of matter. And so this is something that I preach a lot on this channel. And that's the only reason why I know of the dates to be watching for Sebastian is that it's telling a story. And right now that there are connections. And let me show you Michael Proudfoot. Let me show you Michael Proudfoot here. Um, let me show you Michael because this is going to be taking place on the 18th as well. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, I got it. This is going to be taking place when he's 18 and we're going to be right back here. Right now, Pluto is in retrograde, but let me bring up Michael Proudfoot. Oh my God. Is he about to mow? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this mower. If it's too loud, I'll go inside. Now watch this. Here's Michael. And no matter what time Michael is born, okay, no matter what time he is born, this 342 is a 342. That means that no matter what time he's born, he is connected to Oklahoma, California, and I believe it could be New Jersey. There's one more that has that 342. But the reason why I'm taking big time note is because there is a major connection to Sebastian and California. Now, let me show you California. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear the guy mowing his grass now that I'm outside. Because I'm in Nashville. All right, so Michael, let me just show you California instead of it because I've already showed you guys Michael and Sebastian. Okay, so here is where Sebastian connects to California. Okay, it's this 2950 right here. This is Uranus. Uranus is in the everyday. The everyday. This is group. This could be homelessness. This could be groups, any type of groups. Networking, online networking, something having to do with the groups, the 2950. But California also has their polar descendant at a 2950 in Scorpio. Hidden sex, other people's money, things that are hidden. You know, the gold rush, the 2950 again, the polar ascendant and polar descendant is 2950 in Taurus. So this 2950 is being shaken up. There's a lot of information that is coming in to California right now. And they rise at a 342. They rise at a 342 and they descend at a 342. So there is a lot of transformation that's taking place in the state of California right now. Watch this. Say yes or no if y'all can hear that loud ass mower. If you can't hear it, that's fine. But if you can, let me know. Okay, good. Prince Harry and Meghan depart California. This is a day ago. This is not it. This isn't it. I'm not seeing it. Now this could be it. Because within the last 5 hours now, this could be it. That's happening with California. Mother and son charged after a college soccer player's body found on campus. Mother and son. Wow. Ooh, Pennsylvania teenager has been charged. Okay. Okay. And Pennsylvania was just, oh my God, Pennsylvania was just in major transit yesterday. I mean, a few days ago. Hold on. It's stuck on News Nation right now. Oh my gosh, it's stuck. Control, Alt, Delete. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is why. Okay, here we go. I mean, there could be there's definitely some stuff shaking up in California. Definitely some things shaking up in California. So that ascendant, you see, the ascendant with California is where Michael Proudfoot is connecting to California. There is a lot of transformation, a lot of intense transformation that is coming with the future, with networking, with groups, with communications, with all of that, with networking and the future. And so what's going to happen is when Sebastian turns 18, Pluto is going to be right there again at a 342. Right there again. Absolutely. Definitely going, things are going down big time with California. The other thing that I noticed is that with all of them, Michael Proudfoot, this 2716 that he has, 27, it could be a 2715, it could be a 2714 or 2717, something like that. Well, the transits right now are showing that it hasn't been too long ago, just a few hours ago, maybe yesterday, maybe last night, that it was activating. There was an activation with groups about children. So maybe he's just now hearing about all the crazy shit that's went down. And it's shaking him up. And he's thinking about stuff from the past. That could be all that there is to it. It could be all that there is to it. At the same time, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but on the 18th, let's see, let me go back. Let's see, on the 18th, what was happening? Because this is the next day that we're watching for Sebastian. Okay. The August 31st. That's going to be the next day. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you guys. I also wanted to show you the connections with Truth and the TBI, and of course this is if I've got their charts correct. Which I think it's pretty interesting to see. And of course, if I knew Truth's time, I could tell him exactly how he was connected to Sebastian Rogers. I could tell him exactly if I knew his birth time. But I don't, so it's okay. But check this out, guys. So he and the TBI, no matter what time he's born, he has a transformation in the public eye and it completely transforms him with children and publicity. It's a 2016. The TBI and the third house of communications gets a conscious raising experience with a relationship. And that relationship is Truth. I mean yeah, Krista, I mean the actual connection with his chart and Sebastian's chart, like via the degrees. Via the degrees. I don't know what time he's born, but he is definitely going to learn something. And it could be, it could be that they're going to tell us. They're going to tell him a little something, something. But there is definitely some things that he's going to learn about the groups, about networking, about video. Video. About video. And I want you to see that the lunar nodes for the TBI is a 2718. 2718. So their north node is where the south node is coming. And their north node, and the north node right now is where their south node is. So they're about to go where they've already been before. With the TBI, I'm telling you, watch this. It's coming. It's coming. It just hasn't come yet. Now that 2718, I would say that Michael Proudfoot probably has 2718 in his chart. Let me see if I can get that Uranus to come to the TBI's 2718. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get it there, because if so, then I would say I kind of like that connection with him, with the TBI word. The TBI would shake him up. No, he's not. So let me see if it moves at all. So it's going to get him. Okay, it does go down to the 2715. Oh, no, hold on. So it goes down to 2715. Okay. Okay. But the 1311 that he has, the 1311, this 1311, his Neptune and Scorpio is a connection that he definitely has with the TBI, because Michael Proudfoot would also be talking to the TBI. Michael Proudfoot, if you haven't talked to the TBI yet, Michael Proudfoot, you will. Just give it time. When all of that stuff was happening with Truth, let me show you what was happening with him. I don't even have to know his birth time to know that this is what was happening with him. Let me show you that day with him, the 18th. Because what had happened, it was boiling over. It was bubbling and boiling over. It's been a year. It's been a year for him. So it's been a year that he's been holding a lot of things in. Hey, Lady Freedom. Good to see you, girl. Oh, yeah. I've been talking about Kathy and Chris. And I'll do on this channel all the time. I pull their charts up all the time, talk about them. not like talking about them, but just not a drama fest, but basically I'm basically trying to let everybody know when we can expect to hear something about them. So here we are. This was August 18th. This is when everything was throwing up on itself. There was a lot of things going on with Layla Sentinello case. There was a lot of things going on with Crabtree because he connects to that energy. But truth, there was a divine justice that was shaking him up. He was being shaken up. He was investigating. She is an investigator. And the divine justice was coming down in retrograde. So this had been building up for him big time. And Selena, the teacher, at a 21:55, like I said, I don't know what time he's born, but the teacher was definitely affecting and will still continue. There is a lot that is still coming for him. It ain't even over. It's just, how is he going to be able to handle it? You know what I mean? How is he going to be able to handle it? His son, his midheaven, there could have been something that was happening with him with the dark moon. And I think it was. I think if I knew Elevated Truth's birth time, we would see how he was being moved. He was literally being moved with a lot of disordered aggression, a lot of problems, that was happening that had been boiling over. Venus, that evening at 6:53, Venus at 11:51, well, she was coming to his physician. So by 7 p.m. Tuesday night, I'm pretty sure he was back on kick. And that's probably around the time that everybody was saying, hey, I don't know. I would have to go back and look at the timestamp to see when that Venus was coming over his physician. But this tells me that he could have had a lot of people reaching out to him. Like he was, he needed therapy. This is therapy. This could have been where he packed his bowl. I don't know. But there is definitely a therapy here. Right? There's a lot of energy, he is, definitely a lot of energy that was activating as well, with values and evidence. The values and the evidence. And as you can see, Saturn is a 14 degree. If Saturn comes down to this 11, it's going to come back. If it comes back to that 11, let me see if it does come back to that 11 or if it stations. Let me see if it comes to that. Oh, yeah, shit. It's going to. It's going to come on Chris's birthday. Hold on, let me go back. We'll just go ahead and let him know. He's going to have problems. Where's it at? Hold on. And that is if I've got his birthday correct, and I think I do, because, actually, I know I have his birthday correct because it's public record on Davidson County court documents, court records, and the Davidson County clerk. So the 11:52, the physician is going to bring him limits and obstacles with a lot of energy. And the dark moon will come right after it, because that dark moon isn't going to move that quick past the 11:13. It may be a 11:15 or something like that, but it's not going to move that Let me see how quick it's going to move. And I'm about to tell you when we need to watch for him again. For some serious shit going down, possibly. Okay, so no, it's only going to go to an 11:15. June is 11:10. So between 11:10 and 11:15, let me look at this. Interesting. Okay, let me look. I'm just wondering if he's born at like 1:06 a.m. Let me know, Truth, what time. If I'm getting close, if I'm hot, let me know. The desires are 1302. See any of these 13s that we have in our chart, any 12s, any 11s, Saturn will activate it. But when we have a conjunction in Aries with the dark moon, or when we have an opposition with, say, a physician, that could be a problem. Limits and obstacles with a physician. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let's go. Let's start with September. Let's go through October again. Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at chat. I'm just looking at this. And then I want to get back to Sebastian and stop talking about truth. So Chris's birthday. Let me see. Right there. So by Monday morning, there's limits and obstacles with him. Position that brings a lot of enlightenment. The 2904, that's Sebastian. A lot of transformation. Yeah, I can see truth in this one. It's probably 11:13 then. That dark moon is probably an 11:13. Katie's, that look, this line, let me show you. So that's going to be October 5th, y'all. Remember this. It's going to be his birthday. I know you won't, so I'll remember. Don't worry. Don't worry. The day before, though, on October 4th, the day before Chris's birthday, let me just tell you something. There's going to be an opposition with Terry Bowersox on the 4th. He definitely connects to the FBI, but not in a good way. Not in a good way. And I don't know why. Only Terry knows why. Only Terry Bowersox knows why. Yep, look at that. That 2016 is coming. Jupiter is coming to, ooh. Right there with relationships and partnerships. So shit, there's a lot of intensity. I know. I think there's gonna be some things he's gonna have to pay for. I mean, consequences that is for some of the things that he said. We're definitely going back to October 4th with Chris Proudfoot, with Sebastian and Terry Bowersox. Truth and his connection to the TBI. And Jupiter is law. I mean, there's going to be some things in October. Oh, yeah. And then on the 5th, that's when we're going to see a lot of Katie on October 5th. I would see her a little bit more then. Now watch this. So if I take you back to the map, okay? I can't make it up, okay? I can't make this up, guys. Where she has this energy, okay? Shit. where she has this Pluto and Scorpio that's conjunct Cupid. Now, let me show you that. Katie Prophet. Come here, Katie. Come here, little Katie. Or I guess she's a big Katie. Let's see, Katie. And Sebastian right there. I don't know what time she's born. August 23rd, 1989. Don't know where she's born, but I do know that there's certain things that are just not going to move. They're just not going to move. Let me show you. And her Pluto could definitely move, okay? But this Cupid, this 1718, this 1718, this is her desires. And what did Truth say? She had desires for him. She had a desire. And as you can see, she has a 2912. It could be a 2917. She could have a 2918. I mean, I don't know. But this one, oh, this one is connecting to Maryland and Kentucky. Maryland and Kentucky. And where did we see them go to Kentucky to gamble? Where is it that he is saying that she put Sebastian trash? And what is this saying on the map over his address or one of his addresses that he has lived at? And desires to hide, death, rebirth, regeneration is active on this line with Katie. Hidden sex, investigations, trash. And of course, this is also other people's money. This is other people's money I need to add in there because it is other people's money. This is where you can get other people's money from the where? Casino. You can get other people's money. You get that casino. That's gambling. It's things that are in the 8th house. That's gambling. Hidden taxes. Oh, we could put that there too. We can put that there too. Hidden taxes. Okay. But as you can see, I mean, hidden sex, desires. That's why this map works. But we have to work it in order for it to work. Like Layla Centinello's mom, stepmom, dad, we've worked this map for Layla. Now, the one person that gets this map, like there's no tomorrow, is Layla's dad and Layla's stepmom. Like they know how to work this map. Like I've just, we will text back and forth and she's like, Jen, this, check this out. Check Yuma out. And I'm like, girl, we've already got a hotspot there, remember? I mean, we've had a hotspot there. I don't think that that's where Layla's at, even though we have a hotspot there. I don't think that Sebastian is in the cemetery. I don't know that he made it home, but I think that he did. There's no proof. We just have no proof. All we can do is we can only rely on the facts that the law enforcement gave us. That's really all we have to go on. Now, if I say, okay, let's look at the map leaving his house. I mean, leaving the Texas Roadhouse to Truce. Do y'all want to see that one? Do y'all want to see that one? Let's test it for a second. Let's just test it for a second because I know we really need to try to test it because we know that that is true. We know that that is true of what he said. And that line is not the FBI. It's Katie. Katie's trying to get a little, stinky, trying to rub and she says no. She was crying and everything, and she says no, but I don't, I don't, I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's see. Sebastian, what did I do? Texas Roadhouse from Texas Roadhouse. Okay. I'm about to show y'all. Hold on. Uh, Okay, hold on. Ah, shit. This is from the Roadhouse. Okay. I mean, I'll just put his address in there. So we're looking at it together. And there is Seth. And it says Seth's Uranus conjunct Vertex in the fifth house of Scorpio. This is where Seth has his Uranus in the fifth house of kids, but it's in Scorpio and it shakes him up. He gets an unexpected shakeup about Sebastian and the investigations that are intense. What's hidden, what she learns and or teaches that's hidden is on this conjunction. Secret Service opposes her in Mississippi. Well, it not only opposes her in Mississippi, but Hawaii too. So she can't, Secret Service in Hawaii, Secret Service in Mississippi. Seth shares pain with groups about values here. This is where Sebastian rises. This is where Sebastian rises. And then we've got the FBI. What they learn here is a good lead. What they learn here is a good lead. And then we've got Katie. Her Pluto and Scorpio, her Cupid is over here, but I'm just I don't know. Which one do you guys think? Which ones do you think is telling the better story? Is it the one from the Texas Roadhouse or is it the one from his house? Oh, honey, you're welcome. Thank you for so much all that you do. I mean, all that you do. I was telling them about Stop 30. I was telling them about Stop 30 and somebody, I think it was Sassy, if she's still in here, said that somebody was in chat, kept saying something about Stop 30, Stop 30. So I think that that's interesting because you and I and Jeff went to Stop 30. We were like, that's got to be a good place. If, we were just going to do something nefarious and try to get away with it, I mean, maybe there, you know, weren't they putting new bleachers, football field at the high school? Do you see anything on the chart around the football field, high school bleachers? Texas Roadhouse, in my opinion, is where all this started from. I do. That fifth house. Okay, so the fifth house of kids, that is the education. That is the school. That is the school. And yeah, yeah. I mean, it did start at the school. And it actually, all of Sebastian's problems with I think his stepdad and his mom, I could be wrong, but I think is all the things that I don't know, it just seemed like that they were really hard on him, you know, no break, not giving him a break, hounding him like a militant, like a militant, like he's in military school or something. Um, but I don't know because I don't know them. I don't know, you know, I found something very interesting that Chris said. I found something very interesting that he said. He said that Sebastian didn't go outside that much. Didn't really have, didn't really have a whole lot of friends, didn't really go outside, but everybody in the neighborhood knew him. That's kind of contradictory. If the kid don't go outside, if the kid doesn't have any friends around there, how did everybody in the neighborhood know him? I'm lost. Can anybody answer me on that? Did y'all catch that too, where he said that? Maybe that was an older video that I was watching or that I remember. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that where he said He didn't have a lot of friends. He didn't really go outside, but everybody in the neighborhood knew him. It's weird. It's a contradictory statement. I mean, I don't guess it really contradicts it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Is it her Virgo moon for KP? I'm reading notes and you said this around May 17th. Her Virgo moon? Um, it looks like she would have a no, it looks like she would have a Gemini moon. Now, the moon was in Virgo when Sebastian went missing. The moon was in Virgo at 1:36 a.m. on the 26th, early that morning, that's the 25th, you know. Sorry, I hit my I hit myself out. Um, as soon as you go over the small bridge on stop 30, there's two fields with nothing around, small gravel on left side of road, and you can pull off in there. Only horses across the street on. Yeah, we went down. Yeah, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is where we went. This is where we went. This is one of my hot spots to check for Sebastian. But we haven't been able to do this yet. It would take a lot of us. We would have to get, I would think that we would have to get we'd have to get permission because this is it would be owned by the utility, I think. Let me turn off the address. Let me go back to stop 30. This is where we pulled off, Harley. It's right here. This right here. This area. And as you can see, there's two drives. Trisha, I think you walked over here and then we walked over here too. I can't show you the exact because it's not coming in. It's not letting me go. It just keeps going back and forth. And I can't show you back there. If I zoom down in it, and there's just tons of, I mean, this is thick. Yeah, thank you, babe. It's a substation. Yeah. Yeah, this substation. So this is stop 30 right here. Here's Drakes Creek Road. See what I'm saying? So now we're on Drakes Creek. This is also a little area that's got a little, it's got some, but you see that there's not a whole lot of thick brush here. It's nothing at all like this down here. This right here is thick. And not only is it thick, but you can watch this. You can be right here and you can walk to it from there and into here. This is there's a missing fifth house outer wheel in Capricorn. Seth receives leads here. This is where the state of Tennessee shares a lot of pain, and there's a breakup with the woods. There's a breakup with the woods right here. So this is the reason why we wanted to go here and search here, but we wanted to go and see, okay, is it really going to be, is it really going to be a good place for us to for us to search, and it is. But again, this is from the Texas Roadhouse. Now watch. You can see that all of this is coming from the Texas Roadhouse. There's a missing Pluto here and a divine justice. That's the reason why this one makes it even more I don't know, kind of spooky, when I look at it from this angle. But because I don't know that he made it home. And then this one is from his home. Stop 30. This is from his home. And now we got evidence here of a car from the home, or evidence of Sebastian leaving the home. FBI is here. This is just such a really good area. And Katie shines here. God's will is done with her. This is where her son is. This is where the moon is for the state of Tennessee. And it's going this way. And then it's going all the way to the Texas Roadhouse from the house. Action with Kids is where TBI meets their North Node, goes over Texas Roadhouse. You see what I'm saying? So this one makes more sense. The map from his home makes more sense to me. I don't know. We're just, where's the red light in this area where there's two? I mean, from the red light, when you come out, you're going to go here. So from the Texas Roadhouse, okay, watch. From the Texas Roadhouse, you're going to come this way. You're going to go up through here, and you're going to stop at a red light. You're going to go straight. Oh, I just went under the underpass. You're going to go straight. Then you're going to come to stop 30. Now I'm at stop 30. Here's the intersection of stop 30 and Indian Lake. And I want to go this way. I want to go this way on stop 30. Now we're going to his house. You can see there's a little that's utility, some kind of water or something. But it's kind of open here. Chris's Venus and Virgo is still there. Oh my gosh, it won't come off. This is weird. Hold on. Let's see if we can get him to come off there. Okay. So we're going to keep on going. You can see it's just kind of, it's kind of rural. And then let's go back. See what I'm saying? I mean, there's neighborhoods and everything here. And then we're about to get to that area where Trish and I and Jeff went to. Because we wanted to look at it when she was here last to say, okay, do we need to search here? And we all said yes. Me and her and Jeff, because look, it goes all the way back and it's thick. Trisha, Lady Freedom, she's the one that went all the way back. Like Jeff and I, and we got a little spooked because we found some bones. We found a lot of bones, and we knew that those bones were animal. But it was just, it was freaky. It was freaky. So for those that want to search for Sebastian, You want to be boots on the ground. You think that he isn't alive, and you think that you have got to go and search. It's a great area to go search. It's a great area to be boots on the ground. We've been all through the creeks. We have been all through the creeks. We have looked under. There is another place in the creeks that Jeff said that he wanted a whole search team because it would take a lot of people to pick up all the debris in the creek. But we have maintained, and we are still going to maintain, that we think that Sebastian is alive. We do think that he's alive. Yeah. Veronica, I don't know what you mean. What? 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 What kind of question is what? What? Are you saying it like what? Do you think they would put a marker to remind themselves? No, I don't myself. I don't. I always believe some YouTubers definitely know more because early on and listening to others, some knew too much about where cameras are. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. On to stop 30, the other end. I keep seeing it's something about stop 30, other end of stop 30 of Indian Lake Road, red light, turn left. Yes, that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. So let me show you again. I think I did. Hold on. So I took a left here. There's stop 30. Right here. So here's stop 30. Old Shackle Island. Like I'm not sure where you're thinking, but this is where the BP is. Right here. There's the BP. And if somebody was saying to go left on New Shackle, I don't know why. I don't know. But it's this area right through here that we were just like, whoa. It's massive. It's massive woods. I don't think he's there, but if he were to be somewhere and you wanted to look, I mean, this would be a good place because Chris has got a lot of values here. But then again, this is all the way down to the Texas Roadhouse, so it does make sense. There's Indian Lake down here. See, Indian Lake is down here. That's going the opposite way. You see what I'm saying? So if you would go Indian Lake, and instead of going on stop 30, if you wanted, oh shit, if you wanted to go left right there from the Texas Roadhouse, then you'd be getting on the interstate. Actually, you can't go left right there. You'd have to go right to get on the interstate. So you can go left on stop 30. That's the only left you can take is to go left on stop 30. Why are you not green, Veronica? Off on Indian Lake Road and stop 30. That needs to be checked. Yeah. Well, see, this is Drake's Creek. So this is Drake's Creek and stop 30. And then, so there's really no Indian Lake and stop 30 unless you wanted to go. Oh, I see. It's Drake's Creek is called Indian Lake. Okay. Yeah, so you would take a left right here from Indian Lake, Drake's Creek, and go left right here. Now, here's water right here. On both sides, there's the creek. Okay, so on both sides, we got a creek. But the creek is not, I imagine that creek flooded right after he went missing. Probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 months after he goes missing. I think it's flooded. Drake's Creek has actually flooded a few times since he's been missing now. But then you can see that there's a lot here. Uh, let's see. The DA. Yeah, but I don't see any missing. I'm really interested in this over here, though. This right here is the most intense. This is the most intense, and this is the only place that she could have stopped. If she handed him over to somebody, if she handed him over to somebody before she ever got home, this is the place. I mean, this would be it. Not here. Not a gas station. I'm talking about right here, not the gas station, okay? Right here at stop 30 right there. That would be the only place. I mean, we've ridden it. I mean, it's everything is wide open except right there. All of it is wide open except right there on stop 30. That's the reason why Trish, Lady Freedom, and I and Jeff went there. So then when we come up here, we get to Long Hollow. Okay. This is where Chris says that there's no, the cameras aren't working. Cameras aren't working at that light. And then, of course, here's the bridge right past the school, and there's the creek. Now, we did search in here. And then here we come to the school. I think are we at the, hold on, where are we at? No, we're at the church. So somebody said something about the bleachers. Let's look at the bleachers. Let's go in. And here's the bleachers. I did see Sebastian running in my dreams. He ran toward woods. Well, uh, Harley would be a perfect spot on the way home. I always wondered why she took Sebastian to Texas Roadhouse. So, who said something about the bleachers? Let me go get me something to drink, guys. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. All right, sorry guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. The comments were insinuating no cameras around. It's loud, and she and Chris always say, isn't a fan of red meat, so why take him there? Yeah, halfway home from, yeah, it's about 6 minutes, about 5 or 6 minutes, depending on traffic. So somebody had said something about the bleachers. Somebody had said something about the bleachers, and that was what I was wondering, if there was something that happened at school, like if maybe if somebody took him here, or if there was a teacher. Because I know that Texana, she shows up every time. But is there a hidden teacher? Is there another teacher? I mean, I know that there's a hidden teacher that would have called in the CPS reports, right? But there's just so much energy going this way. Intense energy. And it starts with Chris Carr's home, the Carr residence, and it goes this way toward Warsham's. It goes over Beach High School, and then it goes to Warsham's. Okay, Harley, me, I did mob crew scene, all those lights 2 nights in a row around the graveyard. Could it have been the high school bleacher football field? They was working on them. I think so. I think so because look, I went to me, Janelle, my daughter, and another girl that's a local because we're locals here. She Me, my daughter, and her, we went to the cemetery. That was the first place that I went to because there was a divine justice going to Chris Carr's house, and then it was going to the cemetery. We rode the cemetery. We got out. We walked around. There was nothing, nothing. I'm telling you, absolutely nothing. There was three of us looking. There was nothing that was out of the ordinary in the cemetery. And at that time, you couldn't drive. It wasn't paved. So you can only drive it just a certain way, just a certain, just a little ways, and then you would have to turn around. But we got out, we walked around, we went to lock 3 or lock 4. We went to the river. We looked at the new construction. But the one place that I wanted to look really, really heavily was the school and this area right here. Well, there's the pond. So that's why that there is a lot of intensities because of this little 2-foot pond and all of the energy here over the cemetery. But here's the deal. All of that doesn't need to be the cemetery or the school. We don't even have to go any further than the new construction. Okay. If Sebastian was not with us anymore and you wanted to hide, if you did something and you wanted to hide him, this is where you would hide him. You ain't got to go no further. Absolutely no further. The man, Chris Proudfoot, is a heavy machine operator. Sebastian loved him. All they would have had to do was take him here and act like it was an accident. And they didn't find him here. They went to the landfill. You see, y'all see what I'm saying? I mean, if Sebastian isn't alive and he's deceased, we don't need to go any further than here, right here. And there's tons of basins. There's tons of them. There's tons of basins here. These basins go underneath. And this is why me and Jill and Jeff went right here to search the creek. Because all of that, if he were to have been put in there or any of that crap, then he would have been in the water system. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Oh, absolutely, it was not. No. So we wouldn't have to look I mean, yeah, we wouldn't have to look anywhere but right here in the water system. Okay. Now, I was thinking it could be Ward Lane. Let's turn off everybody for right now, except Sebastian and the FBI. We searched all of Ward Lane. Okay, we searched Ward Lane. Not in this man's property. He didn't want nobody else. He said they've done it 4 or 5 times. He wasn't allowing us to do it no more. But this area right through here, it wasn't stopped. They kept going. And when I went there, right after he went missing, there were only a handful of homes up. Now it's a whole freaking neighborhood. And how would you check underneath all of that now? Oh, it would be so difficult to do that now. I mean, the only thing that I could think of is to put a flashlight. I mean, one of them, like they use in plumbing. But even then, you would have to go underneath into the bottom of the basin And I don't know how many feet that is. I would say it's what do you think, Jeff? Like 5 or 6 feet down into the water basin where everything would catch down there? And it probably this new construction, guys, probably has 30 to 50 basins. I mean, I don't know. A video snake. Yeah. And it would have to go through each one and go down to the bottom of it. Law enforcement says that they don't have any proof that he left the home. If they have shown, if they didn't mess up, didn't have any error, and he made it home, but he didn't leave the home, then is he in the walls? And guess what? That's exactly what Sonny Weatherford was talking about, guys. Was he in the wall? They were wondering, how did he leave if there was no evidence that he left? That's the Piscean energy, guys. That's the Piscean energy that we are dealing with, that Sebastian is dealing with, that we are dealing with it with his case. And each time the divine justice comes to that fourth house of home, and this is home, his home, but this is also home. A new construction is a home. A cemetery is a home. It's a final resting place. The fourth house is the final resting place. Well, if the final resting place is Pisces for Sebastian, then we are going to have to dissolve. It's going to be, if that is the case. You know what I'm saying? Harley, you said, you live close by too? Okay. The flashlight wouldn't do it, honey. That's the flashlight. You wouldn't be able to see. Yeah, unfortunately. But this is where, if I were to hone in with the FBI, I already looked at this. Hold on. And not only that, guys, let me tell you something. There were huge dumpsters, okay? There were big construction dumpsters all around. They were everywhere. This is actually one of them that is still shown in the photo. They were everywhere. They were probably, I would say 20 big industrial. And I even found out where this goes, where this trash would go. Because this trash would not go to the same place that the residential trash went. Do you understand what I'm saying? The 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 personal residential trash is different from this one. So I don't know that the law enforcement hasn't checked other landfills. I don't know that they haven't. I bet that they have. And if they haven't, man, they missed a great opportunity to actually solve a case if they think he's deceased. So the big trash cans, look at that. Letting go of a burden with 2 or more. There's a breakup here. There's a breakup with Sebastian right here. And there's a big dumpster right here. This is where he descends with the earth. And the opposite end is Scorpio. And it says, what's hidden here with other people's money? Trash, septic, pond, hidden sex, conspiracy, loses one's head. Other people's money, relationships that bring Sebastian down. This one is straddling an FBI line. So this FBI right here This is where the FBI would receive leads with Tennessee and the House of Travel. And this is really what concerns me the most, is because, and I know that they've been checked, but there was a manhole here. Okay, because you could just drive through here. Okay, so there was a manhole. I'd say that there was a manhole right here. There was a big dirt, lots of dirt here that was like 20 feet high or something. And then there was a manhole here. This one was the biggest manhole right there. This one, me, Seth, Jeff, his sister, all of us, the day that we took the cadaver dog here, because Seth did take a cadaver dog here. He didn't, the dog didn't hit. But there's a breakup here. And even though the dog didn't hit, even though anybody didn't find Sebastian here, I don't know that he didn't end up here. And it was a breakup with the earth. There was a letting go. There's a betrayal here. So if his mother did anything nefarious to him, she wouldn't have had to go far at all, right here. Just right there. And then the water, what would have happened is the water would have come down. Okay, the water is going to come down. It's going to come right here. It's going to go under the ground and it's going to come right here. 2 or more is possible. Communications, video, community, rebirth, what's hidden. The Pluto conjunct Hygeia. This is about health. This is about deep transformation. And Pluto rules ponds, trash. If we're looking for, forensically. But look again, we see another dumpster right here. Another big ass dumpster. Sebastian's, this is where information and leads come in. So it could have been something, a dog could have hit right there or something. I don't know. That conjunction with the FBI goes from here to here. So again, this is going down. The water is flowing down. It's flowing down. See, there's another pond. You see what I'm saying? So from that big ass manhole, we're going to go all the way down into the piping. You see what I'm saying? We're going to go down into the piping right here. And then we see Sebastian. What did Sebastian find out? There is a lesson here. There's a lesson here. There is an intensity that took place at home. And this is intense. Now it's really getting intense here. The intensity is huge. So way up there, we had a breakup. But now the story is, now there's an intensity of things that are hidden at home, and there's a justice here. So if there was any justice, this is where we could find it, with Sebastian and the FBI. Let me bring in the parents. Now I brought in the parents because this is where I'm seeing some justice right here. There's a shakeup with this is things that the FBI doesn't see, that groups could test this soil and shake the FBI up with what the soil could really reveal. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's kind of the story that I'm feeling like is being told here. And then we've got Katie. Her childhood wound is faded on this line with her health and chatter, possible long travel, water, river, pastor, church, teacher. This is where she is fated. And that lunar node of fate is coming here. It's coming here again with Sebastian's lunar nodes of fate. And then we've got Chris. Chris gets a shakeup with a lot of things that happened at home or at a home construction. He gets shaken up with an investigation here. Seth rises here and he descends in Capricorn. He doesn't do well looking for Sebastian in the new construction. He doesn't do well with people talking about his son being deceased. This is that rising, descending line. This is the axis of it. There is a reigniting of a flame with Seth, with past actions at home that would have taken place at home. And so there's a reigniting of people always going to be talking about this until Sebastian is found. People would be talking about this all the time until Sebastian is found. But that right there, this is it right here. If Sebastian is underneath anywhere in the new construction, this is where I want to find him. This is where I want to find him. Let's go up to this one because this is the one that they also checked, and this is a conjunction with the FBI. Let's see if this one is even better. Oh, there's a flame of life for Chris here. He's faded there. Lots of energy going with two people with communications. Seth is shining here. He's not going to shine here. So Sebastian wouldn't be found in a new construction deceased and him shine. That's not going to happen. But her pain, Katie's pain that's up, where did it go? Her pain with her Chiron right there. This is this area right through here. It'd be right here from Doversley Court to Lilburn Alley and Babington Alley, Warrender Alley. Okay, right here. That would be it. And then the water system is going to come down, like I said. It's going to come down and it's going to cross the road and it's going to empty out to the creek back here. To the creek back here. And that's where we search, guys. We also searched that creek because we have wondered if Sebastian did end up in the new construction, could we find anything of him in the culvers, or what was it called? You know, those big ass openings. But the problem is that what we found is that you can't get there. Like, you cannot, um, you're not able to get into the tunnels. You know, the big basin that would come out into the creek, they've got them, they're caged. They're caged. Like, there's not a whole lot of debris that could come out, and one of them is stopped up. One of them is stopped up. Yeah, I mean, I think that, let me see if I've got us. Hold on. Let me find it on Canva. Let me find it on Canva where I uploaded those videos, because this is where we went. So all of that water is going to flow here. It's all going to flow here. Let me show you. Let me create a video here so I can share the tab and show you guys. Yeah, I mean, but we can't. Jeff, explain to Harley why we're not able to clean that out. If you don't mind, while I'm uploading this, or going to show this, because this is where we searched. So all that water from the new construction is going to come out right there at Long Hollow. Let's see. Oh, I may have a video right here. Oh, no, that's the New York Stock Exchange. No, that's not it. Okay, yeah, so let me show you guys this. All right. I'll share this tab. Hold on. Actually, Let me just download it and then I'll show it to you. Yeah, the pipe that is coming in is you can't get to it. And it's got all kinds of wire wire and stuff around it. Lots of silt, and we just wouldn't be able to crawl up in it. I can send this to you, Lady Freedom, if you want to also play it on your because I think that this is actually the day that you were there. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, this was the day that you were there. And this was also a day where you weren't there, I think. No, you were there that day. Let me see if I've got any more. Let's see. Okay. All right, now let me download it. See if I can share it here. Video file. Video file. Well, where'd it go? Is this it? The Virgin Islands. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Hold on, damn it. Oh, that's it. Let me see. Maybe I went prematurely here. Image, video file. Oh, where is it at? Okay, I'll just show this to you. Shit. I downloaded it. I don't know why it's not upload files. Oh, it hasn't downloaded completely yet. Okay, let me wait for it to download completely. Video. I'll just show it to you on my Canva. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just show it to you on my Canva. Hold on, guys. Okay. Make sure y'all can see that. Oh, no, damn it. Hold on. Is it still not picking up? Share. Share screen. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay. Okay. We go back to it. And let me get it all the way. Now. Now. So I want you to take a look because this is where we did go search with Jill that's in the chat, Jilly B 4250, Jeff, Trisha, Lady Freedom. We went here. This is the creek area. And then some of these videos are without Lady Freedom because she couldn't make it. She had to go to her daughter's graduation this go around. So from all the flooding, okay, so from all the flooding, and you're going to see where I'm pretty sure this is where I do show those basins. Hopefully that's in these. But do you see all the debris? There is so much. You know, anytime a flood takes place, the creek changes. The flow of the creek changes. Yeah, I remember Alicia. Look, Janet, I mapped her. I mapped her. Her mother wouldn't work with me because she was very religious, but I didn't think that she was deceased. She ran away. It was so obvious that she ran away. She ended up going to the Social Security office, said, "Hey, I'm not missing. You need to take me off." After she turned 18. I mean, what a blessing right there, right? Jesus. But yeah, all of this, it's just the creek is always going to change its banks. Everything is going to change, and there's going to be a bunch of debris that's going to pull and push and just push everything up into one place, especially around the bends. You know, there's Jill. But do you see? Okay, so if you look back there underneath the bridge, you see that there's like 7 foot, 8 feet of nothing but a bunch of debris that has just stopped right there, and they haven't cleaned that part out. So, you know, yeah. But we have searched around here twice. There's Jeff. Tons of, the thing about with Chris's arms, of course, it could be that was just two little dogs, and he's been roughhousing with two little dogs, and they just scratched him up really bad, and their little teeth or whatever. I mean, it could be, but it could also be to where they had. It would have been nice for those cuts to have been tested, like swapped, like DNA swapped. I wouldn't have wanted to be an investigator and take his word that they were dogs. I would have wanted to swab them, but evidently they didn't. But walking in brush or running in brush, I've ran in it, and it will mess you up. You will have scratches all over your body. But if you're only just your arms, just your forearms, because he wears those shirts a lot where it's just his forearm showing, and he would have been wearing jeans in February, it's possible that coming into any type of brush, you know what I mean? I just don't know. Oh, Angel's listening. I love you too, baby. How are you? How are you? Angel's listening. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. As you can see, this is Long Hollow. I'm just showing Jeff. We're just looking at, and you can see like all of those right there. That's how high the water got, guys. This is how high that creek got 3 times after Sebastian went missing. 3 times. The creek got up this high. Do you see the stuff in the trees? Like that white material that you see in the trees? That's how far it got. That's how high it got up. There's Trisha. There's Lady Freedom right there. There you are, girl. There's our lady. There's our Lady Freedom. There she is. Right there. She's got her phone. She's videoing, or she's trying to. Oh, what's that?
If debris is backed up at that bridge, it could be well like.
There's Miss Jill. Here it is, guys. Okay, look. All right, so I want us to all be on the same page now. Okay, let's all put our thinking hats on. What you are seeing is the pipe that is coming down. Okay, remember I was just showing you the new construction area. I went down each of the ponds where the water was coming down, down, down into each basin, and then it comes out right here. Are y'all with me? If you're with me, say yes. If you are understanding where we've been and where we're at right now, just say yes. Janet says yes. Okay, so Janet is with us. Janet is with us. Can we get anybody else? You know where we've been in that new construction area. Now we're coming here because this is really the only control that we actually have. If you think that Sebastian could have ended up in that new construction, this is the only control that you may have, is to try to find anything that could be coming out of these pipes going into the creek. Y'all see what I'm saying? Okay, hold on just a second, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Let me check on my green beans. Hold on. Take it back. It's right there. Okay, so y'all are with me. All right, so that pipe right there that you see, yes, this isn't actually Drake's Creek yet. We're in the back. I'll show you here in just a minute, okay? I'll show you again in just a minute his eyes. You must be just now coming in, baby. It's okay. It's okay. Don't be sorry. If anybody in the chat wants to explain to her, if you can. But from the new construction area coming down, there's a bunch of basins. And then those basins go underneath the road, all that water, all the, retention ponds, it comes up in the retention ponds and then it goes underneath the road into those pipes. And in those pipes, there's a bunch of basins there too. So if, God forbid, something were to happen to Sebastian, then this right here would be where it would empty out into. Okay. If he emptied out, it would have to empty out here. So that's what I'm showing. This is where we're at. We found it. We found where we were looking for. We had to park at the fire hall and we had to come down this way. Now, what the firemen said to us, Jeff and Jill can confirm this. They were two witnesses that can confirm that he said that they searched with drones. And so I'm showing you where it is. There's the new construction. Now look, I'm going to try to zoom in right. You can't really see it, but in the center of this photo or in this video, you're going to see there's a piece of wood. There's a bunch of wires and there's a pipe right there. There it is. You're looking at it, guys, right there. That's it. That's it right there. In the very center. That's the pipe that's coming out. It's got wires around it. There's a piece of wood right there. That's the opening, guys. That would be the opening. Now, look at this one. This one is another one, but this one is flowing freely. Okay. This one is flowing freely. This one is to the west of where I think that new construction, this would not be from the new construction, I don't think, but I don't know because I've been trying to get the layout and it's not been easy. See how that one is flowing? But that other one wasn't. You didn't see the other one flowing, did you? Because it wasn't. The other one was not flowing. This one is flowing. I'm showing where that one is flowing is right here. See, now we're going to the right of the new construction. And to the right of the new construction, where all of the water is coming down from that retention, from all those retention ponds, from the basins, it's going to where I just showed you. You see what I'm saying? I just showed you that. That's why I'm doing it to the right, because that one is to the right. Then I'm going back over to the left and showing you that one. See, there was that house. Okay, so that's the one that's flowing is right there by the house, you know, that's got the person sticking out of uh the left window. Not the person, but the what do you call it? A dummy, little, you know, dummy. Hey Joni, good to see you, babe. So now we are now we are really looking at a bunch of debris in the creek. We aren't far, we're just right where we were, right where I was showing you. This is what it all looks like. They had drones out here. He just said drones. Drones and horses, I think he may have said horses. Jeff would probably remember exactly what he said because he came out and he said, "Are y'all good? I was just checking on y'all, make sure you don't need any water or anything." And it was interesting that he actually knew that we were right there. We had been walking for 2 hours. How did he know that we were just right there where he could see us? Like, it's actually it was like perfect timing. Lots of debris, guys. Look at all that. Look at that. So Jeff could not pick that stuff up. It looks like it's twigs, branches. Oh no. Very heavy. Very heavy. There is a lot of debris right there where that water empties that you can't just pick up. It's very heavy. There's all kinds of stuff in it. All kinds of stuff. Look at that. There's Jeff right there. But I mean, look at all that stuff, guys. Hey, Orb, how you doing, honey? How you feeling, babe? I don't know. I mean, you know, a dog is only as good as its handler, and I don't know how many did they have out here in the creek. Do you know how many they had out here in the creek? Because I don't. I don't know that they had. I know that they had dogs on the outer bank, but did they have dogs in the creek? I didn't see a bunch of searchers in the creek. I saw them on the bank walking their dogs, but I didn't see them actually in the creek. And it's flooded about 3 times since Sebastian's went missing. But that debris is enormous. It don't look like it from the picture, but it is. Exactly, Janet. Yes. Yeah, floods change the creeks. I mean, we have a huge creek. We've got a creek in back of us that actually runs to the Kentucky Lake, don't we, Jeff? We've got a huge creek that runs into the back, that runs into and empties into the Kentucky Lake. Well, let me tell you, we have seen massive floods there, and it changes everything. And the debris, everything gets caught up in the debris. There's a place that he and I call the tree cemetery, because it's where all the trees end up, or it's where all the stuff ends up with these trees. But anyway, we are right there, guys. We are looking right there where the water is emptying in from the new construction. We're right here. We're right here. Yeah, it's just another video of it. Yeah, every flood changes the creeks. So this, guys, this right here, all right, if we go back to the map, okay, if we go back to the map, what you are seeing, let me show you where the house is with the dummy. Let's see. It's right here. There's the dummy that's in the house. So that's the marker, okay? That's your marker. And then right here, okay, right here, that's where the one was flowing really good. Okay, it's flowing really good right here. Flowing really good. Let me show you where my little man is. He's right here. So he's right here, okay? We're going to look right here. Here's where it's flowing really good. Video groups and attention with Sebastian. This is Sebastian's natal. This is what he was born with, the energy that he's born with. This angle goes into Canada and Puerto Rico areas, natal moon in the 4th house of Aries, which is his mother. If there was any type of abuse, this is where he's been before. There's a fate here with his south node. And it's right there by the FBI. The FBI shines attention with kids. With kids. Lots of action with kids on this angle gains a lot of attention with the FBI. And we keep going. There is where August 6th came to. Jupiter just expanded August 6th. Right here. What we did see, or what we learned, is Texana and Chris taking people to court again, trying to do it again. The nuisance. And of course there's Chris with the teacher. Chris is with the teacher, guys. That would be Texana. This is what happened on August 6th. Okay? August 6th. This is exactly where we were. Exactly where we were. Here it is. The water is coming underneath. You see what I'm saying? Here is the water is coming down. The water is coming down and it's going right here. Right here. That's where you saw the silt. There it is, right there. Right there. There it is. There's the wood. There's the piece of wood. There it is. And there is Chris. This is where Jupiter has just expanded with a lot of attention on August 6th. The law. This is where the law needs to go. Now that is if they're doing anything productive and really trying, if that's what they think happened to Sebastian, well, that's where you need to go then, right here. And this line, okay, this line and this one, I'm telling you, this is what I was just happening with August 6th, guys. Chris is with the teacher. That's Texana. It's in good standing with Jupiter. What's Jupiter? It's the law. This is where the court energy was. This is where I was talking about. And who would have thought that they are taking Seth back to court? Now it's a federal. Now they want to take him to federal court. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable as he's trying to find his son. Lots of action with the FBI is right here. There's a conjunction right here. And it's with this one. It's with this one. This basin right here. Says house of outer wheel and Leo, his values. His values have just expanded with law, the lawsuits. Okay, what if it's not the lawsuits? What if we take the lawsuits out of it? What if we take the lawsuits completely out of it and we are genuinely only really wanting no drama, but we really want to find Sebastian Rogers? Can we please start here? Can we please start here? If he met someone online or if someone online gives lead, this angle is pertinent. It's about groups and attention, video, search and rescue. This degree matches Homeland, and Michael Silver's on the scene. Michael Silver's on the scene. He gave me his birth time. I thought that he was going to help me work the map, but he hasn't. I'm not trying to show, I ain't throwing shade, guys. But like I said, there's a lot of egos involved. I'm trying to work with other people to find Sebastian. And if somebody really wants to help work the map, all you got to do is see that it works. You just got to work it. And I'm no one hit wonder. Jeff isn't a one hit wonder. Lady Freedom isn't. Jill isn't. Those people that have come to search with us that y'all don't even know, you ain't never heard of their name, that love Sebastian, that work hard for Sebastian. Don't forget us out here, guys. Don't forget the people that have been here since day one, that continue to be here for Sebastian, continue to be here for Seth Rogers, for this community. Don't forget us. We are really trying to help. But we can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. Jeff looked at all of that debris and he said, I can't do this alone. It would be nice if we had guys helping us. But all the guys don't leave their YouTube. Or if they do leave YouTube, they're just going around trying to, it's just not enough, guys. We need true people to search with us, to exclude some of these areas, because all we have right now is time until Sebastian shows up, like Alicia Navarro. Use your photo. Took your logo off and the date Katie and Chris were out the casino. I need that date, girl. I need that date, honey. His mod was telling people to leave my channel? What? Please tell me that's not true. Love, Mama Love, thank you so much. We appreciate the thank you. It doesn't go unnoticed, and we appreciate that. I guarantee you, Clue would go, you know what? Let your light shine. I would not give a shit who came to help us. I would not care who came to help us. Let me show you You know, okay, let me just go ahead and say this right now that I'm thinking about it because I want us all to be on the same page. And believe me, I've already told Seth this. I've already told Jeff, so no need to run to either of them like I'm doing anything behind anybody's back. I talked to Crabtree the other day. I check on him quite often because I see him in the transits because he searched. He searched. Tony searched. Seth searched. They helped me search with the map. If Crabtree were up on my panel right now, he would tell y'all, this girl, Jennifer, she knows what she's doing. He was searching. He was the only searcher besides Seth and Tony at the time that were doing anything with me. And they are, now Crabtree's not. And Seth is just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't look for my deceased son anymore. He's alive until I know that he's not. And I respect that. I told Crabtree about this place. Crabtree would come. He would no doubt come. But his health has not been doing all that great. And he tries to stay out of all of this, because it took him down through there. It takes a toll on people's minds if they are not, very strong in the mind. And he has been having a lot of problems. I wouldn't care if anybody wanted to search. I don't care who they are. I could give a shit because Jeff needs men, not just us women, men, strong men that, can help him lift stuff. And if we were to see anything, we could tag and bag it. Yeah, we don't want drones. We want men. We want people there to help lift debris, and we want people to help search woods. And it's just been too hot to do that here in Tennessee, but it's about to be fall and we are about to be in a good position where we could just to clear areas. I mean, we have nothing but time right now. But do y'all remember when Crabtree was having a really hard time with Mansker? Do y'all remember that? And him and Tony ended up getting into it because he thought he found something. I was sitting right here when he found it. I was sitting exactly right here watching my granddaughter. And I'd given him the hotspot and he's going to the lake, he's going and he gets to Mansker and he starts freaking out and he calls me and he starts sending me the photos of what his what do you call it, the sonar, what the sonar was picking up. And he starts sending me photos, sending me photos, sending me photos. Well, I told him, I said, you need to send those. We need to get those to Tim with EcuSearch to see what Tim says. And he didn't have Tim's number. I knew that Seth did. And, Crabtree was still talking to Seth then. I made a mistake and I sent it out. And next thing you know, him and Tony are having beef. I'm not talking to Tony at the time. Never talked to him a day in my life, you know, and him and Tony are going at it. Well, I messaged Tony because Crabtree's all in his feelings going, hey, this is something. And Tony is saying, no, it's just, it's this, it's just twigs. It's just this. Well, later on that evening, um, yeah, I stopped talking to Crabtree. He blocked me on everything. He just could not believe that I was now talking to Tony. And it was almost like he was thinking that I was against him, even though I wasn't. It's just miscommunication and he just wasn't thinking properly. His emotions had gotten to him, you know what I'm saying? So, uh, I've talked to him since then several times, and we've worked. We've said, we're sorry to each other. And because he's like a little brother to me. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. But I mean, I even cried to Tony about it. I just don't like having rifts with people. And it made me so upset because he was the one that was believing in me, and he could see that the map was working, and he was searching the areas. And every time he would go to one, like, he was just like, what the hell is going on, Jennifer? I don't, why you're sending me on these lines and this shit is happening. Mansker, there was something there. And that's not my story to tell. That's his story to tell. And eventually, maybe you've heard it. Maybe you've heard him tell the story, but that's his story to tell what was there. But let me show you on the map, Mansker Creek. Okay. Let me show you on the map, Mansker Creek. Because maybe y'all will understand. I told him, I said, I've never sent anyone on a dark moon line. I've never sent a searcher on a dark moon line. Stephen, I don't know what this would do, but just know that the dark moon it's like disordered regression. It's like disordered aggression. Sebastian just had his dark moon return, and y'all saw everything that happened, right? You saw everything that happened on the 18th with Cletus, and all them, right? You saw all that. Truth. So here's Mansker. This is the line that I sent Stephen Crabtree on. He did get scared, or he definitely got scared. And it wasn't just that he was scared, it's just the fact that there was something found here. It was not Sebastian. Let me just clarify for anybody wanting to twist shit. This was not Sebastian. But there was something here, and I'm going to let him tell that story when he wants to. But there was the police that had tape around this area and everything. They taped it off. That night, he was still talking to me, and he said that they had taped it off. And I told him, I said, from up here, from way up here, and see, this area flooded really bad after Sebastian went missing, and it's always a floodplain. This is a floodplain. So between Vietnam vets, right here on Mensker Creek, this conjunction with Stephen Crabtree, that's coming down Mensker Creek over 31E, over West Main Street, coming down here, and then it empties right here. Darkness with law enforcement and relationships bring wisdom here. Darkness with law enforcement and relationships bring wisdom. He had to go through this experience to get to that wisdom. See, when you got a conjunction like this with the dark moon, with Poseidon, you've got to go through this to get to the other side of the wisdom. You got to go through the experience, okay? And the reason why, and look, there's Melissa Saturn. This is where there's issues. Hold on, let me turn them off. And look at that. Tony's Venus. I haven't written anything there, but Tony and Stephen Crabtree, they're the ones that went at it with each other about what was found here. Tony's values and his desires with balance, with the law enforcement, with relationships is right here. And what did he love the most? Tony loved to go fishing. He found value with the fishing. But Venus can also be evidence. Then we got the state of Tennessee. The state of Tennessee, limits and obstacles here for Tennessee and their relationships in the government. So the 11th house and how they bring in money, it shakes them up. So, and this is a conjunction with Saturn. There's a slowdown. So it could have been an older man. It could have been it could have been an older man, a homeless man that was found here. Uranus is going to be it's a shakeup, but it's also about groups, homelessness. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. And then we got the FBI. Well, the FBI receives information. They receive leads here. This is why I sent him here because although it was his dark moon, I didn't want him to have a lot of disordered aggression and shit to go down with this. But at the same time, I could not ask him to go here because this the state of Tennessee, the FBI, and the TBI is having an intense experience here. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't not ask him to because they're all here. They're here. You know what I mean? The TBI is here. The state of Tennessee is here. The Secret Service is here. They're all here. Our agencies are here. I just felt like it could be, you know, it could be something. It could be something. And then if I turn on, let me turn on the missing and the natal. So the missing is here. It suggests where he's been before. And this is right here by the dam. And then his natal is also here. Groups deliver justice on this angle with law enforcement. Physician brings enlightenment with things of the past. This is where the dark moon, you know, Sebastian just went through a dark moon return, but this is where the physician is that's in a good standing. So is the physician in the 11th house the law enforcement? Is it a real physician? I would think it's a real physician, guys. Was he going through this dark moon return alive and getting medicine? Did he just get some medicine? Because if Sebastian's alive, you can bet your butt that that physician has just given him a new prescription. Because he just went through a dark moon return and he's having a lot of meltdowns. So a physician is going to need to be called in. A new prescription is going to need to be called in. That's why. That's why on my next live, I'm going to talk to you guys about physicians. And we're watching some physicians, not just Sebastian's physician, but some others, some other people's. Because we think that Sebastian's alive. We have time that we can look for Sebastian in the woods and in the creek. If we have people, we can't just take Jill. We can't just take Lady Freedom. We need people. And we need people that will truly pick things up. Walk woods, backpacks, waters. You know, this is all for Sebastian to help Sebastian Rogers come home. One way or the other, that's the only control we have. But I do want to show you guys some things. You know, it's coming up. Maybe, you know, this weekend. I don't know. I'm gonna get it together. I've already been looking at it. Take that off. It's so hot. My God, it's so hot.
No, it's not.
Look at my little redhead.
No. No.
Jill is in here. Jill is here.
Oh, hi, Jill.
Trisha, Lady Freedom. She's here. I'm in and I'll talk with my son. Sounds good, Harley. I mean, you know, we just in the fall when it gets a little cooler. All right, baby. When it gets a little cooler, she just lost a tooth, guys. Smile again. Yeah, when it gets a little cooler, I think that, you know, we could do that. We're gonna need some men. We're gonna need some people. We're gonna need some people. Well, I mean, you're over here.
Here.
Look,
Look.
look. Right here is Lady Freedom right there. That's her name. She said, Tooth Fairy time. Tell him how much money you got from the Tooth Fairy.
I got like 5 $1 bills and a money heart.
And the money heart? What was the money heart? How much money was that? 5?
$5 bill made into a heart.
So so a $5 bill and 5 ones, how many is that? How many dollars?
I think it's 10.
It's
I
10.
really don't know.
Yeah, it's 10. 5 and 5 is 10. So, you want to tell them what you said about Sebastian the other day when you got out of school?
Don't.
No?
No. Don't.
You don't want to tell them? Okay, I'll.
Don't spit it out. Don't spit it out, dude. Don't do it. Please.
She said,
No. Don't spit it out. Don't.
she said, somebody said, can I borrow
No.
$5?
No.
Can Harley, this girl says, can I borrow $5?
No.
She's got a piggy bank. But anyways, guys,
Don't spit it
that
out.
that is the spiel right now. Sebastian is in transit. Yes, it connects with California. Yes, it connects with Michael Proudfoot. And that's going to be back around when he turns 18. I've got plenty of lives that talk about that on my YouTube channel. All the lives that I've ever done for Sebastian for the past 2.5 years is all about everybody and everything that I'm seeing. And that's what my lives are going to continue to be about with Sebastian. Because the drama is not going to be found here. We are really wanting to make sure that we she said, I'll give you 10.
That's not gonna force me, bro.
She said she'll give you 10. She'll give you 10 if you give her 5.
No. No.
How much would that leave you with? If you gave her 5, if you have 10.
I'll give you this many. If you gave me 10, okay? I'll not give you not. I'll
Oh my
only give you
gosh.
1 penny, okay? I actually give you 1 penny. That's it.
It's not something that he has to have, but D Green, I'm just wondering with this dark moon return if he didn't need that. I think that there's got to be a slip up. If Sebastian is alive, there's going to be a slip up. There's going to be a slip up. Period. I don't care how great they were in the military. They're not like Navy SEALs or anything. You know what I mean? They're definitely going to. Shh, babe.
I love you.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna jump off here because she is she needs some attention from me. Oh my God, girl. All right, guys. Hold on. Let me turn this off. There we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
big fat. You guys are fat, dude.
hey, be nice, Lily. Be nice, girly. Come on. Sure. Come on. I'll be in here in a minute. Please listen to please. All right, guys. I'm gonna jump off here because I got this granddaughter that she is gonna need my attention.
I want me, Mama.
She wants me, mama. She doesn't want nobody else. She only wants me. And look at me. I'm just like sweating out here. So yeah, go back to the beginning, his eyes, and see, just see. Jill is saying bye. Bye, girl. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I truly think, yeah, I mean, well, look, I mean, there's a lot. I can't speak for Seth. If I have a missing kid and the mother isn't advocating, I've got problems. I got problems. I got problems with no advocates, them not advocating publicly. I've got problems. But these other creators are advocating. A lot of drama, but still advocating. I don't care. If they wanted to come out and help search, I have no problem with anybody coming to search. No problems whatsoever at all. but it's going to have to be in the fall. We're just going to have to be able to do it in the fall because it's way too hot. And the everything is thick around here. The Tennessee hills are it's just thick as hell out here. I mean, it's hotter than Hades. Like, look at me. Like, I'm just like sweating. uh it's just too hot. We had a heat advisory for almost a week. It's been very much. April, where you been, girl? Now I'm getting off and you're coming in. Yes, please share the FBI flyer, guys. That's something that we can definitely do because we just don't know what happened to Sebastian. We don't know where he is. We don't know. We don't have a crystal ball, but we do have logic. A lot of us have some logic and we can use it to try to help find him. Hey, Pink Butterfly, all you have to do is just go to my stand store. I've got the stand store that's in my description of this channel. And you click on the stand store and you can do a reading through there. Or you can email me. You can email me. Grandbabies are in Texas. Oh, man. I'm an hour and a half away. So when I do come, I stay the night. Like, she has her first soccer game in the morning, and we're actually going to Hendersonville. So she has her first soccer game in the morning. Soccer is starting up again. And so, and Jeff is coming tonight too. So we're going to wake up here, go there because we do live so far away. Yeah, it is bad. The humidity is bad and soccer is going to be, it's not going to be too bad in the morning, but I think it'll be like set in the 70s in the morning. So it won't be too bad, but it's just, it heats up. Heats up. Let your light shine. They did. Yeah. And I'm sorry that that happened with you. If I share your stuff, I would always tag you and, make sure that you are credited for your work. And it's big news that was broke. Big stuff, that broke, and I would never take that from you. And I'm sorry that that happened. And I'm still don't understand what is the proof. So I'm not throwing shade. I'm just asking, like, what is the proof? If anybody has the proof that he did not make it home, let me know what that proof is because I'm really wanting to know. I'll try to watch that. I'll try to watch his live and skip through it to see if I can find it when the proof that he didn't make it home. So if anybody has that, let me know. If you have the timestamp of when he is talking about this proof that Sebastian did not go home, I want to see that. I want to see it. The new information. I think that his thumbnail said new information. I don't know. We didn't get home until later. We took Lily to get ice cream. So you didn't see any proof? Did y'all see proof? Okay, Shauna, that's cool. I know, girl. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. It is, yeah, I can't understand it. It's crazy love. Like when I leave here, I go home and I'm like, Jeff, I'm so depressed. I'm not depressed to be home, but I'm depressed to not be with Lily. Even though she drives me bonkers. She drives me bonkers, but she is such a sweetheart. She's so smart. She's so beautiful inside and out. I just love her so much. And now I've got a little grandson. Now I got a little baby. Now I got a little baby. He was in the NICU for a while, but now I've got this little baby and he's a sweetheart. I know it. I know it. And April sent me some stuff on the grid, and now I keep seeing stuff about the grid, and y'all know I done got the charts for that, so we'll be talking about that at some point because the electrical grid, if there's anything that's going to go on with it, I got kind of a time frame that we could be watching for that. But Sebastian is always in transit. You're always in transit. We are always, being moved and, having action and behavior and things like that. We are always in transit. But Sebastian today and coming on his 18th birthday, there's a lot of things that I don't understand why Sebastian is so connected to California with Michael Proudfoot. Not with his dad. Not with Katie. With Proudfoot. Michael Proudfoot is Chris Proudfoot's stepdad. I mean, his real dad. So I don't understand. I don't understand, how this connection happens all the time. And we just never hear anything about Michael Proudfoot. We never hear anything about him. And I think you might need to wonder why. And it's not because him and his dad don't have a good relationship. They have a good enough relationship to be giving Nina a hard time. Nina thought she could trust them. Nina thought that she could trust Linda and Michael Proudfoot. So what happened there? What happened, Nina? I tell you what happened. They're a clique. I mean, where one goes, they all go. I think more people need to bring some heat on him. Ask him, why are you always so quiet? Do you not care that Sebastian's missing? Did you ever have, I wonder if the law enforcement has talked to him. Has the law enforcement looked at these people's devices? Have they looked at Seth's friends' devices? Because Seth said, hey, if they haven't looked at my friends, if they haven't looked at my family, they haven't looked at his friends and his family, hers, they have failed Sebastian. And I totally agree with that. Everybody needs to be looked at. This kid is missing, been missing for almost 3 years. Where is the due diligence with the investigation? You know what I'm saying? No, Michael does not live in California. Michael lives in Madison, Tennessee. Not far from where I'm sitting right here. Maybe I'll just go over there and say, hey, what's up? Can you talk about Sebastian? No, I would never do that. I would never do that. But I do wonder, what his connections are to these places. Maybe it's just because he's a truck driver, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hey, Barb, good to see you. Oh, got to feed the chickens. Jeff's probably sitting there watching the chickens. Yeah, he's a trucker. Or he was a trucker. I got all of his little places on the map, so maybe I need to look at that a little closer. Maybe I need to look at that a little closer. I think I will. As soon as I get off this live, I'm going to look at it a little bit closer and look at the map, because there are places where his trucking company, their headquarters and things like that. So that's the only idea that I can get with that. Chad Proudfoot, that's a director of 4-H at Virginia Tech. They also have military school for troubled teens there. Yes, I think we checked that out. Hold on just a second. Hey, girl. Okay. Huh? Okay, I'm about to get off live. Hold on just a second. Hold on. Okay, that's about Layla's case. So let's see what's going on with that. Things are really moving forward, guys. Things are really moving forward, and I'm so glad that they're not stagnant anymore with all these cases. All these cases. And there's going to be, oh God, there's so much going on right now. I just absolutely love the fact that things are moving forward. They're not stagnant. Anyways, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I love you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back on tomorrow. All right. Peace out.